Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly tech update, the show that explores the newest, coolest, and most mind-boggling side of tech available on the interwebs. I am your tech guru, Ray McNeil. Coming up on the program today, the FAA extends its environmental review of SpaceX's Boca Chica launch site yet again. Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed is a 4v1 co-op game, and it lets you play as a ghost. Happening in this week's What The? Check out this new Tesla with a new feature. It can fly. Well, once. And of course, we'll wrap up the program with this week's Moment of Joy. All that and a whole lot more coming up on today's edition of your weekly tech update. Next. SpaceX has to wait even longer to find out if it can launch its Starship flights out of its Boca Chica facility in Texas. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration has delayed its decision on the environmental review of the launch site yet again. This pushes back its target date of completion to April 29th. SpaceX must secure the FAA's approval along with a vehicle operator license before it can launch Starship missions out of Boca Chica as planned. Specifically, the agency is looking into whether launching the massive reusable vehicle out of the facility will have a significant environmental impact on the area and will be a public safety threat. The original target date for completion was December 21st, 2021, but it pushed the date back to February 28th and then again to March 28th. On the official page for the environmental assessment, the FAA said it's updating its target date to April 29th to account for further comment review and ongoing interagency consultation. The FAA received 19,000 comments for the draft version of their review published last year. SpaceX chief Elon Musk recently revealed that the company hopes to send Starship into orbit for the first time in May. If the FAA finishes its review on time and with a favorable result for the company, then there's a chance that the launch could still happen in a couple of months. It's worth noting, though, that Musk's timeline could be too optimistic. Most of his are quite optimistic. However, they've been trying to get the Starship off the ground for quite some time now. In case the Boca Chica site fails the FAA's environmental review, or if the agency issues an environmental impact statement to dig deeper into the company's plans, well, SpaceX could shift to its backup plan. During a Starship presentation earlier this year, Musk said that SpaceX already has approval to launch the Starship from Cape Canaveral in Florida. The move would delay the vehicle's first flight by 6 to 8 months, since the company has to build a launch tower at that site as well. But at least the wait wouldn't last for years. Oh, it's getting exciting. The world of James Bond is hitting the streaming world a lot sooner than you'd think. Amazon Prime Video has greenlit its first TV show based on the iconic British spy, with 007's Road to a Million. It's a Bond-style spin on a race around the world. The 8-part series will be produced by Britain's 72 Films. They've done The Rise of the Murdoch Dynasty, All or Nothing, and many more, and Bond Guardians, and producers Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson, along with MGM Television. Sources tell Variety that the project has been in the works at Prime Video for around 4 years now, long before the MGM deal was finalized, and it sits separately to any shows that are yet to come out of the pact. The e-commerce giant closed its $8.5 billion deal for MGM last week. Woohoo! With the James Bond franchise believed to be a powerful driving force behind the acquisition, and hopefully, fingers crossed, the Stargate universe as well. Production on 007's Road to a Million will begin later this year, and the new show will launch on Prime Video in more than 240 countries and territories. Casting is underway, and applicants are being invited to send in their submissions. The show will see contestants competing in a global adventure to win a $1 million cash prize, filmed in many of the historic locations featured throughout many of the Bond films. The cinematic format will be a test of intelligence and endurance. In addition to passing physical obstacles, the contestants, who will compete in two-person teams, must correctly answer questions hidden in different locations around the world in order to advance to the next challenge. Dom Bird, the former Channel 4 executive who joined MGM to oversee its international unscripted unit back in 2019, will manage the series on behalf of the studio. The show joins a slate of unscripted UK originals on Prime Video, including Clarkson's Farm and All or Nothing. Other UK originals include the dramas The Rig, The Devil's Hour, Jungle, Love Struck High, and The Power. Speaking at French TV drama festival Series Mania this week, Amazon Studio Europe boss Georgia Brown stressed the importance of finding super local shows out of Europe. With 007's Road to a Million, however, Prime Video clearly has global aspirations for the series despite productions originating out of the UK. 72 Films Glover told Variety, "I first had this idea over 3 years ago. Dan Grabiner and the UK Originals team took it to a whole other level, though. To be working with Michael Wilson and Barbara Broccoli and the Bond franchise is a privilege and a dream come true." The Bond-themed Prime Video show comes during a period of transition for the franchise, which wrapped up Daniel Craig's acclaimed run last year with No Time to Die. Broccoli and Wilson must now find a new actor to handle the role and to help continue to find ways to make the womanizing spy relevant in a changing world. How awesome is this? NASA's Mars helicopter Ingenuity has done it yet again, soaring successfully on its 22nd Red Planet flight. The 4-pound Ingenuity stayed aloft for 104.4 seconds and reached a maximum altitude of 32 feet during the sortie, which took place on Sunday, March 20th, according to a tweet by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Ingenuity and NASA's Perseverance rover landed together inside the Jezero crater in February of 2021. Jezero hosted a lake and a river delta billions of years ago, making it a great spot for the life-hunting, sample-catching Perseverance to explore. The little chopper quickly aced its 5-flight original mission, which was designed to show that aerial exploration is possible on Mars. After this success, NASA granted Ingenuity a mission extension, during which the rotorcraft has been serving as a scout for Perseverance. The rover's handlers are currently steering Perseverance towards an accessible part of the ancient delta, and Ingenuity's observations are helping them pick the best route. During its first 21 flights, Ingenuity flew a total of 15,247 feet, almost 5 meters, and stayed in the air for nearly 39 minutes, according to a flight log maintained by the mission team. Those numbers should continue to grow beyond the additions provided by Sunday's flight. Ingenuity is in good health, JPL officials have said, and NASA recently extended the helicopter's operations yet again through at least this September.